Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from. The county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, have you been observing William Ruto of late? And is there something funny you've been observing in William Ruto? For me, I've been observing William Ruto of late, and clearly William Ruto is a man under siege. And William Ruto is in total panic. And William Ruto is not in total panic because of the rage of Kenyans against his government. William Ruto is not in panic because of the alleged underperformance of his government. Because William Ruto believes he can sort out those two. William Ruto is in total panic as a result of the news of the entry of Fred Matiang'i into the 2027 presidential elections. It is actually giving William Ruto sleepless nights. That news started emerging as a rumor in August when the news emerged. In fact, I did an analysis on this platform that Matiang'i had hired some lobby, international lobby, to try and shape his 2027 presidential elections bid. Was it yesterday or yesterday but one? The Daily Nation carried a story which is adding more problems to William Ruto. Let me just read for you the story from my laptop here. The story is saying just part of it. 2027 polls, Fred Matiang'i banks on a team that won Botswana elections. It's just a part of it because this is going to form the basis of our analysis. The surprise election of Boma Boko as the president of Botswana, ending the ruling party's 58 years stronghold on power, sparked excitement online in Kenya. While the only interest by Kenyans in his victory was that he had ousted his predecessor, Mogwesi Masisi, after one term, a cheeky dig on President Ruto by his critics who wish him a similar fate, it has emerged that Mr. Boko election has closer ties to Kenya's 2027 campaigns. A former Interior Cabinet Secretary, Fred Matiang'i, is the connection. Mr. Boko and Matiang'i hired the same foreign lobbyist at the same time in July this year to support their presidential bids. Remember, I told you that the news about Matiang'i hiring this team emerged in August. So apparently they hired them the same time. Mr. Boko enlisted the services of prominent Canadian lobbying firm Dickens and Badson on July 10th this year. 3 days later, Mr. Matiang'i on July 13th also signed a contract with the same firm led by former Israeli Mossad agent and controversial lobbyist Ari bin Manasseh. This is according to documents filed by Dickens and Madison Canada International Registrar with the United States Department of Justice under foreign agent registrations, which means they've actually filed. The filings seen by the nation include copies of respective contracts Mr. Matiang'i and Mr. Boko signed with Ben Manson. Dr. Matiang'i committed a retainer of 32 million, while Boko was to pay 6.5 million annually. And that is where William Ruto's problems are beginning. So in this video, I want us to do a critical analysis why the entry of Fred Matiang'i is actually giving William Ruto serious political headache ahead of 2027 presidential elections. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. But again, before I dive in, allow me to also take this opportunity to introduce you guys to LemFi. LemFi is a mobile money app for users in the UK, Canada, and the United States of America to send money back to Kenya. They offer the best exchange rates, and the money will be delivered instantly into your M-Pesa account, Airtel Money account, and of course, if you want, directly into your bank account. You can use the link in the pinned comment to download the app. Just do that right now and get me the feedback. Ladies and gentlemen, because time is not on our side, I want us to go straight to the point. But before we go straight to the point, there is an invitation which I've just received to Makwiny. This invitation here, the invitation is by the ODM Deputy Party Leader, Godfrey Otsosi, who has invited me to attend in my capacity as Makwiny, and of course to extend the invitation to some of you guys, to attend his Thanksgiving following his appointment as the ODM Deputy Party Leader. The event will be graced by none other than Raila Odinga in Chavakali High School on the 1st of December 2024 from 9 a.m. If I get time, I'll make myself available for this particular event, because I know for sure Raila Odinga never misses his target. The fact that Raila Odinga nominated Otsosi as the Deputy Party Leader of ODM Party means, just like he nominated Sifuna and as the Secretary General, and people like Sifuna will not, Sifuna has emerged as the best Secretary General of ODM Party. I am sure that Raila Odinga is going to elevate Otsosi to be his key points person in the Luhya Nation, and Otsosi is going to emerge. And I want this channel to be part of that emergence of Otsosi as ODM Supremo in the Luhya Nation. So if you are in Vihiga, please mark this date. On 30th, I will be a bit busy, but just remind me on that. I'll pass by there. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to go straight to this particular story of Matiang'i. Why is giving William Ruto serious political headache? Why do you think the entry of Matiang'i is giving William Ruto serious political headache? Because you all know that William Ruto today is just standing there as a tree whose branches has been cut off, just waiting for the power saw. Then it falls. That's the William Ruto today. Because William Ruto has lost the narrative. He can no longer talk about the hustler narrative. William Ruto has lost the church. William Ruto has lost the mountain. And of course, which other ground do you think William Ruto is still standing on? None. And now you are introducing Fred Matiang'i, because in William Ruto's calculation, he had figured out that Raila Odinga is his only hope. Right? So why is the entry of Matiang'i a big problem for William Ruto? Number one, the Western Alliance. William Ruto's 2027 presidential bid or re-election bid was pegged or is pegged on Western Alliance. That is the Luo Nation, the Kalenjin Nation, and the Luhya Nation, and of course with the support of Raila Odinga's support base, traditional support base like the Coast. And then William Ruto is holding some wild card, the Somali votes. The Somali votes, that's Northeastern, the presence of the Somali nation in Nairobi and across the country, because even in Kisumu here, they are there. So William Ruto was banking on that. But Western Alliance is going to disappoint Ruto should Fred Matiang'i declare his bid. The day Fred Matiang'i will officially declare his bid for the presidency, that is the day the entire Gusii nation will leave and rally behind Matiang'i. That alone would be enough to disrupt William Ruto's re-election bid. If you look at it critically, even the Luo Nation are yet to fully embrace William Ruto. They're like, they want to support Ruto, they don't want to support Ruto. If they were to get a credible candidate in the name of Matiang'i, the Luo Nation will leave Ruto. Even the Luhya Nation. Which means William Ruto will have to figure out where he can get those numbers again. Because the mountain for me has gone completely from William Ruto. And that is why William Ruto is having that total panic, number one. Number two, the mountain has rebelled completely from William Ruto. That is the fact. The mountain has rebelled completely from William Ruto's grip. The question is, and that has always remained the question, the mountain has left Ruto. Where have they gone to? They've not gone to Azimio. They don't have a party, which means they're still hanging somewhere. In fact, as we speak today, the biggest beneficiary, should Mount Kenya decide now, would be Kalonzo. But they're yet to do that. But with the entry of Fred Matiang'i, the mountain will have a soft landing. They'll easily embrace Matiang'i, because Matiang'i is not tied to the Luos, which they have always had the traditional problems with. They also believe that Matiang'i, if they lend the support, then they'll be easily able to remove Matiang'i in future. And of course, Matiang'i supported Uhuru Kenyatta fully, so which means they've worked with Matiang'i. That is the biggest headache, the mountain. The entry of Matiang'i can even mean that Uhuru Kenyatta, who is now the darling of the mountain, can ask another darling of the mountain, who is Rigathi Gachagua, to rally around Matiang'i. So in the mountain, they'll organize themselves through their political party. They'll form a political party. Once they form that political party, then they'll rally their supporters around that political party so that they have the numbers for MPs, senators, governors, and MCS. But at the national level, then they'll support Matiang'i, but with that, their own political party. So they'll easily do that. And that is the biggest problem William Ruto is facing. Because if you now have the mountain around Matiang'i, the Luhya nation or the Western Alliance equation is disrupted, game shot. Number three, Matiang'i has the potential of becoming the Gen Z candidates. The truth of the matter is that in 2027, there's going to be a serious Gen Z factor in that election. That's why the other day I was explaining to you guys that most political parties are trying to rope in Gen Zs in their side. But it ends there. The general Gen Zs are tired with the current political setup. They want someone new. Should Matiang'i run, I can assure you that Gen Zs will be comfortable, because Morara will run, they love him, but when it comes to the presidency, he might not deliver. So they need someone like Fred Matiang'i. And that is a big problem for William Ruto, because the young people in the last election actually supported the candidature of William Samoei Arap Ruto. Number four, I think it's about the resource mobilization. There's a time I told you guys that the 2027 presidential elections in the Republic of Kenya is going to be the most expensive presidential elections in the Republic of Kenya. Why? Kenya Kwanza made promises. They've not delivered. What have they done? Corruption, they've stolen. So it means they have a lot of money. And they'll not just sit there and wait to see the presidency leave, which means they're going to try the strategy of spending money on Kenyans. In fact, the drama between William Ruto and the Catholic Church on Sunday, where they rejected his donation, is as a result of that 2027 presidential election, because William Ruto was trying to test how the influence of money can actually be used to silence the church. Matiang'i, coming as a presidential candidate with Uhuru Kenyatta support, with the goodwill of Kenyans, will easily raise money. There are so many businessmen and women outside here who are very angry and very bitter with William Ruto, because right now they can't do any business. William Ruto has taken over everything. I was talking to someone the other day who told me, like, William Ruto has a very huge poultry farm, and right now they don't even have markets already because Ruto is doing that. Someone was even telling me about the wheat, how William Ruto has acquired so how many acres in Nakuru. and he's being given preferences. So many businessmen would want to do away with William Ruto very fast. So they'll pump money on Matiang'i because they would have easily supported Kalonzo, but Kalonzo is not coming out as a strong candidate. So with the resources, because the question has always been, Ruto is the easiest president to remove from office through the ballot, but who can remove him? Kalonzo is stuck. I don't know. I know most of you just believe Kalonzo is stuck. Kalonzo is just stuck because he doesn't have money to move around. Period. And lastly, Matiang'i has the ability to rally all the protest votes against Ruto. There are Kenyans who will just turn up very early in the morning to go and vote out Ruto. They lacked a candidate. Now Matiang'i, they can now decide and pump that vote for Matiang'i. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video up to this stage, please let me know in the comment section. I know you Lee Makwiny gangs, you know how we normally do it. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.